For this part of the singing school,
Pour cette partie de la singing school,
we are going to talk about two topics.
on va parler de deux choses.
One is leading, diriger, and one is keying. Comment dit-on? Keying.
Donner la tonalité. Donner la tonalité.
Right, so we say keying for that. So quickly, because we don't have too much time, we have to be gone in about 40 minutes. So I'm going to go a little fast. In leading, diriger, it's important to remember that rhythm is very important in this music, more important than in other kinds of singing, choral singing. So think of this music as a bit like instrumental music, dance music. So rhythm is very important here, and I would like to say to you, when you are learning new songs, accuracy in notes is less important than accuracy in rhythm. So don't worry if you get the notes wrong, you'll get them right eventually. But if you try to focus on the rhythm, try to focus on the time. So,
quand on apprend un nouveau chant, une nouvelle chanson et qu'on veut le mener, ce qu'il faut d'abord considérer, c'est que c'est le rythme qui est le plus important, plus que les notes.
So we have this hierarchy of importance. The rhythm is the most important.
Par hiérarchie d'importance, le plus important c'est le rythme.
And we want to be together at all times. We want to be singing together. So it's easy, especially if you don't know the music, it's very easy for the people in the group to sing a little, like microscopically slower than the leader intends. The leader is the... So if you start singing slightly slower, other people will start singing slightly slower. So petit à petit, peu à peu, you will slow the song down and the rhythm will change. Yeah?
Si le leader ne chante pas à la bonne vitesse, les autres vont ralentir et le rythme va ralentir de plus en plus tout au long du morceau.
It is important for the leader to choose a speed that the class can follow, but it is also important for the class. We talk about the class, the group, yeah? Mm-hmm. It is important for the class to remember that the leader's speed overrides their thoughts. So you have to go at their speed, even if it's uncomfortable. So if it pulls you out of your comfort zone, that is a moment where you have to try to go with the leader, if at all possible. So, so when you are leading, I showed you before the tempo, the 6 key signatures we have. So it's basically just an up and down movement of the arm, yeah? Important to remember, no extraneous body motions. So one thing, here I have my axe. When you see people who are not so experienced, sometimes people who are experienced, and they lead 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So they're putting a lot of stress at the bottom of the stroke and at the top of the stroke. So the problem with that is, first of all, it looks like someone chopping wood. And the second problem with that is that if you don't have graceful flowing movements, so les gestes fluides, if you can't keep your gestures very graceful and flowing, then you only have 2 moments when your body is indicating rhythm, at the bottom and at the top, because you don't have what's in between. if you only have 2 moments, then your brain is having to work harder, because you have to have a metronome, really good one, to be able to keep that perfect. And almost no one can. But if you keep it very fluid, then you can feel 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can see it. You can see in the arm as you're going down. You can see where it is. And so let's all practice beating time together. So we're going to indicate the time together. And one thing that I would like to ask you, if you can, because you are a new group, and so many people try to do this, but they never learn it properly. Can you please always remember that the class should be at the same position of the hand as the leader at all times. If you are moving your arm, you mustn't be faster than the leader or slower than the leader, particularly if you're sitting here, because that gives visual information to others which is en conflit with the leader. It's in conflict with the leader. Try not to be in conflict with the leader. So let's all do it. I'll put this axe away. Let's all do it together. So put your hands up. So everyone is in perfect harmony, no conflict. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was pretty good. Did anybody see anybody else who wasn't at the same position of their arm as they were? So was there anybody in the room whose arm was slightly different, slightly off from you?
Est-ce que quelqu'un a eu le bras un peu différent par rapport placé
Nobody's going to the gulag. I'm just saying, be aware that if you aren't at the same position, you are sending conflicting signals, information, to the group. So if you are at the same position together, then everything is in perfect harmony. Synchronisation. Perfect. Right, so that is about beating. When you beat time on every song, I think it is a good practice to start and end the song from the up position. So we start 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and the song comes to an end. La, so, fa, and that's it. It stops. We don't need to cut off or do anything at the end. You can put your hand up to say stop, and that is really enough. Now, I like to suggest to everyone to break between verses. So if you don't break between verses, also faire une pause entre les vers, entre les couplets. So if you don't break between the couplets, then if the song has une répétition facultative, that could confuse the class. But if you break between the couplets, then everyone knows stop and then start again. That's just easier to see. Yeah? So indicating repeats, so les répétitions facultatives, the way that you indicate them is step forward by 1 step towards about maybe 10 notes from the end of the song.
Pour indiquer qu'on va faire une répétition facultative, on s'avance d'un pas, à peu
D'un
près
pas,
une dizaine de notes avant le début de la répétition.
And it sort of is like this gesture, and then these people will all know. And if everyone else sees the leader stepping forward by 1, then they will know as well. If it's a fuguing tune, like 40, and I have to bring the basses in, then instead of stepping forward 1 for the tenors, I will step to the side 1 for the bass to indicate the repeat. Yeah? So then it's also very good to engage with the class by eye contact when you are leading. And I think that if you are going to lead a song, if you can have a look at the song before, I used to practice at home in front of a mirror. You don't have to do that, but practice the song a bit so that you are familiar with the words a bit, and it's not going to all come as a surprise to you, because it's a problem when there is a leader who doesn't know the song.
Yeah.
And the leader isn't looking at the class. And the leader isn't looking at the class, and the leader, so the class has the feeling when they have a leader like this, we don't really know what to do. Should we sing quicker? Should we sing how? One thing that happens when a leader doesn't know the song and is trying to figure out the song, while they're leading, is that they will change their own tempo during the song. Ça ne se fait pas. So don't change the tempo while you're singing. If you want to change the tempo, wait until the end of the notes and say, let's sing that a little more quickly, a little faster, and then start over again on the words. But you can't speed up or slow down during the song, because what that does is this important, remember, the hierarchy of importance is rhythm. So rhythm, once you've started, you're stuck with that until you come to a stopping point. Yeah?
Si vous menez un chant et qu'à un moment donné vous trouvez que le rythme n'est pas celui que vous voulez, il faut attendre la fin des shape notes pour pouvoir dire, allez, maintenant je voudrais qu'on le fasse plus vite ou un peu moins vite. Mais on ne peut pas le faire en cours de route en accélérant comme ça, parce que la première importance dans la hiérarchie, c'est le rythme.
Et c'était clair aussi le truc par rapport à regarder les chansons avant.
Oui.
De faire comme.
Oui. Michael disait qu'il s'entraîne aussi des fois, il s'entraînait au départ devant un miroir pour voir si les signaux qu'il envoie en tant que meneur pour mener un chant sont bien clairs. Plus ça va être clair et plus le groupe de classe va pouvoir suivre le meneur le plus clairement possible.
So when you are the leader, you have a duty, une obligation envers les autres. You have an obligation to give them an experience. It's not just for you, it's for them. And you want them to have a nice experience as well. So if you can engage with them by looking at them, I mean, after all, they are singing for you. So look at them and be grateful to them and enjoy the song and enjoy the sort of the eye contact. That's all very good.